It's the grandson of right thought. You're going to have to realize along this journey of trying to enlighten others, bring others to the knowledge of the truth. You're going to have to understand that some people are unwilling to be saved. Some people reject the knowledge of the truth. No matter how well-intentioned you may be in presenting that information to them that could help them along their journey, they just refuse. They just reject it. That's a part of your journey where you learn that you aren't the one that's saving them. You can't save them. No matter how wise you may think that you are, no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how much knowledge you think you have, you don't save anybody. It's Abba Yah that saves. His word is what redeems us. It's what saves us. His truth. His love. That's what saves us. So when you gain the knowledge of that, then you are to share that with others. And if they reject that, then they're not rejecting you and your knowledge and your wisdom. They're rejecting Abba Yah's hand that's being stretched forth to them to give them an opportunity of repentance. See, because we all, like sheep, have gone astray, y'all. All of us have. Which man that's living on this earth can say that he has no sin? If he say he has no sin, he's a liar and he's deceived himself. So we all, like sheep, have gone astray. So then we should understand what it's like to be redeemed and to have to repent or turn back to the truth of who we are. See, what we realize in all of our dealings as targeted individuals, elect, whatever words you guys want to call it, as those particular people, you'll realize that you've been dealing with narcissists. You've been dealing with demonic people in your life. And when you came to the knowledge of that, it taught you how to protect yourself. It taught you how to set boundaries. It taught you how to make war. Knowing your enemy, accepting that it was an enemy. You had to go through all of those levels. First, you had to accept that that was an enemy to you. A lot of you, it was your wife. Or a lot of you, it was your husband. A lot of you, it was your brother, your sister. A lot of you, it was your mother, your father, your co-workers, your boss. Those were the people that you were dealing with that were narcissists or gang stalkers, whatever words you guys want to call it. The enemy. And then once you saw that and the scales fell off, then you had to learn them so that you can make war. So when you're dealing with other people who have the scales to fall off, it has to fall off in its own time, like it did for you. No one on this earth preached to you, and they preached one time to you, and the scales fell completely off on all levels. Maybe you had another rung on that ladder that you ascended to from the teaching of another. But there were still rungs you still had to climb before you come to the fullness of the knowledge of the truth. And then you are set free. See, because those who can only really truly teach the way are those who've been set free. You see, those who still find themselves in bondage then will find themselves not able to effectively teach the word. Because they still have fear. And you can't preach the word in its truth in a world that will reject you if you have fear. You understand that? A couple videos I just posted back. That man that's speaking on that video is Malcolm X. So what happened to Malcolm X? But he was telling the truth. What happened to him? So the thing that Malcolm X is saying on the video is the same thing that I'm saying in my videos. So when I grew up and found out and heard that from Malcolm X and found out what happened to Malcolm X, then what kind of person would say, I'm going to do the same thing he did and say the same thing to this wicked nation? If you had fear, you wouldn't do that. You say, well, I would like to speak the truth like how he did so boldly. In the face of great racism and great racial tension, he spoke those words against a wicked nation and gave himself for the truth. And I'm going to speak the truth too. Well, could that possibly happen to me? Yes. So if I have fear, then I won't do it. But perfect love cast out fear, which allows you to then be bold as a lion. Because what is written about the lion, the bold lion? The righteous are as bold as a lion, but the wicked fleeth when no man pursues him. So speak that truth. I'm going to flee because I'm wicked. See? So I can effectively teach the word with boldness. But the righteous, the right thinking, are as bold as a lion. They speak the truth with no fear in their hearts. So they be about their father's business in the face of great adversity, great strife. And so when you try to bring people to understand that, they're going to look at that and go, man, I don't want them stripes. I can't drink of that cup. A lot of people can't drink of the cup. And see, the so-called Christianity that you guys have been learning leaves the cup out of it. It doesn't tell you about the cup of suffering. It doesn't let you know that it is going to be the case. They were too busy speaking about prosperity, about living the good life. That doesn't sound like tribulation. That doesn't sound like prepare your heart for tribulation if you come to serve the Lord. So when somebody comes there and says, hey, I'm going to give my life to Jesus Christ, like they do in the church, and they go down in the water of baptism and come out the same person they were when they went down. They come out the same person, wash the outside of the cup, but the inside is still unclean because they're not being taught about the purifying fire or the baptism of fire. See? So how is it Christianity if you're not teaching about the baptism of fire, which is what Christ came to do? The Ruach. He said he's going to send the Spirit. That's what's going to baptize you with fire, purifying you from the inside out when the Spirit is poured into your life. Most High said, in the end days I will pour my Spirit upon all flesh, and they shall dream dreams and have visions. They will prophesy. Y'all didn't read that? So Most High is the one who's going to decide where he's going to pour his Spirit, not you. You can't force it into somebody. Come on, man, can't you understand that if you keep doing that, you're going to die? They'd be like, yeah, man, I don't want to hear that. You just have to accept it. See, have the serenity to accept the things you can't change because you're not the one saving. So you might as well take your little cape off, take your little S off your chest, you see, and be a humble servant. Not trying to be more than your master, but spending your time to come into oneness with him. Because he said he's one with the Father. So if you become one with him, then you will be one with the Father. See? So it's not up to you to try to make that happen in somebody else's life. You can anyway. The more that you try, the more frustrated and drained you'll be actually. So if you present this information that you have to somebody and they reject it, then you have to just say, okay. As he said, dust your feet off and keep on moving. And if that's somebody that you're near and dear to or somebody that you love that just rejects this truth, anything that you try to bring to them. I know a person who fell ill a few years back. A lot of different complications they had, one of which was cancer. So I tried to present all the information to this person about how to eat, the way to think and feel, the words to say, to self-speak, to heal thyself. This person wouldn't change their diet. They continued to eat the same way. They continued to do the same things. Their health continued to decline. They went through chemo and radiation, suffered that humiliating and ordeal, then continue to do the same things. Eat the same way, feel the same way, do the same things. Cancer returned. So you keep going to this person saying, didn't I tell you that this is going to happen and you need to eat like this? Come on, and let's do it. 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 There was a man that came to Yahusha, and Yahusha said, follow me. And the man said, well, hold on, I'll follow you, but let me go back and bury my father who's died. And Yahusha said, let the dead bury their dead. You come follow me. It was the man's dad. And Yahusha said, you come follow me. Let the dead bury the dead. You come follow me. And it's the same with you guys. Sometimes you just have to understand that. Super empath, it's hard for them to accept that. It's hard for them to pull their feelings, to separate their feelings from other people's feelings. Y'all understand that? It's hard for a super empathic person to do that. They feel the person's feelings so bad, so strongly that they can't feel better unless that person feels better. And once that person feels better, then they start to feel better because their feelings are wrapped up in the feelings of others. And part of their training here is to learn to separate their feelings from other people's feelings, to distinguish them. They're sad. Now, I feel compassion for their sadness, but I am not sad. Look at these squirrels, y'all. I guess they're having a good old time, huh? I don't know if y'all can see them. They're having a good old time chasing each other around. But yeah, you have to know when to cut ties with the dead who just insist on being dead. They don't want life. They don't want truth. They're still programmed to listen to their master. They still got pictures of Obama on their refrigerator and on their wall. They still got the Christmas tree over there in the corner. They still got the cross with Jesus hanging on it over their bed. They still got the statue of the Virgin Mary in their yard. You just got to understand that. They still have their idols, in other words. They're just watching TV, waiting for the next thing, which is nothing but the same thing over and over and over again. They're waiting for the next show to come out. They're waiting for the next episodes to come out. They're waiting for what the government tells them to do. They drive in their car with their mask on their face. When they get sick, they do exactly what the doctor tells them to do. And the prescriptions that the doctor gives them to take, they take them. The surgeries, they allow them. They don't accept any of the truth. So you might as well accept that. See, that's just true. And then what you do is you pray. See, it's not about you having any effect on them. You can't do anything. That's your ego. It's up to you to pray for them. You simply go away and by pray, this is what real praying is, see. Go into your mind and envision them in the state that you would want them to be in. Envision it in your mind and allow yourself to envision it as if it's real so that you can feel it. Remember all the videos I told you guys about thought and feeling, the male and the female principles. They start to make love when the thought that you've put in your mind, the image, you start to feel it as if it's real. Now you're making love internally, creating a child or an image in your likeness. Y'all understand what I'm saying to you? So now you start to envision that person in their, say they're unhealthy, they have some health issue. Well, you see them in their healthy state, happy, joyful, and then you feel the feelings of that as if it's real. And now it is. Especially if you've cried from the feeling, now you know it's real. And then you let it go, and you say, in the name of truth and love, let it be so, Abba. That's how you pray. See, because you think Abba listens to the many words that you say when you pray. That's called vain repetition. You think for your much speaking that Abba hears you. He hears you with groanings of the spirit. So that's that feeling that you feel that makes the tears come when you were seeing your vision in your mind. That's a spiritual prayer to Abba Yah. You're feeling it as if it's real. So now you're asking, believing. Don't you understand it? You're not just asking God to heal your friend. You're asking him, believing he already has healed them. Thank you, Abba, for that. That's what the tears represent. Thank you. You feel it. It's real. It's not about your words and how many words you've used. Help my friend, Lord. Please, Jesus, come down. Send your angels down and heal them. Come on, let's get around them, guys. Come on, Lord, help them. Put the spirit on them. Come on, I feel angels are coming from Africa. I feel angels coming from Brazil. Come on. Abba don't hear none of that. It's a clanging cymbal, because if you have not love, then you have nothing. So love inspires that feeling for their glory, for their happiness, for their joy, for your friend's best. It's easy to feel that if you love somebody. That's what we should do for each other. When we hear of a brother being in a bad case, we should see him in a good case and then feel it as if it's real, and let that be our sacrifice before Abba Yah's throne. Y'all see that? That's how we love each other for real. Not just hearing it and saying a bunch of words to God that we think sound good so that we can look good in front of other people. Wow, what a prayer he prayed today. People driving home in their car, talking to their family. What a prayer brother prayed today. Man, what a prayer. All of these fake ass Christian pastors that led all you niggas astray. Y'all niggas is listening to Pastor Tim Henderson. Got his damn dog licking on his damn face. With a picture of a brown baby, standing up there with a picture of a brown baby. Look, man, all that shit is dead. All that, yes, Jesus, Lord's coming. He's coming on down, and we're going to get out of here, and we're going to win, and Jesus is going to do it. Trump's in there. I still have hope. You're talking about Trump and Jesus. You lukewarm as fuck, and you trying to lead a flock? You trying to lead a flock, and you lukewarm? Talking about Trump? He's going to do it, man. He's going to, what about what Yahushua's going to do? And then you try to go back and say, but we still rely on the Lord. But Trump now, guys, but Trump. But we still rely on the Lord. We're still relying on Jesus Christ. Come on, Jesus got to do it for us. Jesus. But Trump, but Trump, don't forget about Trump now. You lukewarm as hell, bro. So you lukewarm in everything that you do. And all of y'all that following after teachers like that, we're going to fall into the pit. He's already exposing himself. Already. And that's just one of many. I just got tired of seeing that damn dog licking him in his damn mouth. So I had to say something about his ass just off that. So y'all decide today if y'all want to keep chasing after that lie of flower boy Jesus with the little crown of flowers around his head, skipping around with a white tunic on around his waist. Jesus Christ, superstar, and all this shit. Y'all don't know the real Yahushua. I told you, man, he coming with a sword, he said, a sword of division, he said. He's going to destroy them with the breath of his lips, he said. He also says it's the wrath of the Lamb. So what is y'all hearing? It also says his garments is dipped in blood. So what is y'all talking about? You see how where we at on this clock now? You see where the truth is at? It's just right there, exposing everything. And y'all that follow after the lie, then keep following. Like I said, you can't save everybody. You who stand this truth, who know better than that shit. Who know better than that shit. If I'm shooting a video right now, and I call my dog so that he can say hi to you guys, say hi, buddy. Say hi. And the dog licks me in my mouth and I do that shit on some shit like this, y'all just click off my shit, unsubscribe immediately. Don't follow me no more. Don't listen to nothing else I gotta say. If I do some shit like that, I'm sorry. That ain't got nothing to do with leading no flock of people. At all. He's trying to appeal to your emotions. That's what we call, that's some white people shit. Come on, Barky, get up here. Say hi to the people. Look, yeah, I got my little Barky here. Say hi. Come on, man. Licking. That dog licks his ass and his balls and other dogs' ass and dirt and trash, and he barfs and he eats it. And you lick that nigga in the mouth? Okay, I'm sorry. We off subject. We off subject, man. But y'all get the point, man. You can't save them all, so don't worry about it. You cast your net on the right side. If you're casting it on the left side and you ain't catching no fish, then cast it on the right side. You'll catch some fish. Silawam Yisrael.